Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. Today is Saturday, August 28th, 2021. So we've heard a lot of things going on now. We have the issue with the cabal, with our government kind of effing up. I'm trying to resolve that issue. We've got a couple of storms coming this way, hurricanes coming. It's going to supposedly hit Louisiana with the fervence of Katrina. Hopefully not, but we'll know by Sunday. And then we have another hurricane coming up. So it's a lot of weather events. We've had a lot of weather events here, as far as we've had really bad thunderstorms over the past couple of days. We've lost our electricity, but they weren't out for long, so we didn't have to turn on our generators or anything. But I just want you all to understand, this year is crazy, and I already told you it's going to be a crazy winter. So just all I'm going to say up front before we start talking about the reading today is that make sure you prep, make sure you prepare, and make sure you get your food, your security, your electricity or your power sources, your water, your medicines, and try to get healthy. Everybody needs to start trying to get healthy, because we don't want to always be dependent on medications when we don't have to be. So maybe change our food, change our supplements, get out, exercise. We all can do that, get out and get our vitamin D naturally, and just start working on improving ourselves and getting ourselves prepared for this winter that's coming. I do believe there's some things that's going to be happening this in probably by the end of August, early September, and we know we have September the 11th anniversary, so the 20th anniversary, 20th year anniversary. So I'll talk to you in a second. I'm gonna be right back with the reading. Okay, so one of our readers wanted to know if Duchess Catherine was pregnant. So I pulled a card and I used the Mona Lisa Tarot, and I asked the question, was she pregnant? And the card I got was this. So this is the Nine of Pentacles. So let's read the card. It says, oh, my hair is like sticking. So the card is, we all know the Nine of Pentacles is like somebody who's selfish, or who really wants what they want and they get it and they're very happy that they got it. So I would say no. She's happy with the 3 children she has. She does not want any more kids. Now, if I remember correctly, she had a couple of issues with pregnancies before, and I think she has gone through everything she wants to go through. She doesn't want to go through that pain and trouble again. If she got pregnant by accident, she'd deal with it, but not on purpose, not intentionally. But she's not intending to have any more kids. She's very content with where she's at, what she's got. She's at the top of the world with her husband, her position, and her children, and how the queen is happy with her service. So no, she's not pregnant. She's not pregnant. So that's the answer to that question. So sorry, she's not. I wish she would have more kids, so they would push Harry and his family back down the line further, so they can't get anywhere near the crown. But no, she's not pregnant. She's not having any more children. She's done, just like me, done. Okay, and then we had another reader wanting to know how was the new adventures that Harry and Meghan are doing, and how is that gonna, the queen now lowering it up, gonna affect everything. And so the card I pulled was, it's called Rags to Riches, and it's reversed. And so I pulled that card with the new deck I got. It's called Melatonin Pop. It's Love and Archetypes. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me read that card for you. So it may not come to the light of day. You may not even see it before the queen passes away, because she's going to have her legal team block a lot of things. So yeah, and y'all know my illuminated cards. If you've been following me, you know I pull them because I like them. They're fun. This is the card we got. It is called, as you can see it. So I was asking worldwide. It says mutual assured distraction. So there's going to be some distractions happening next year. So as we know, we have the September the 11th, 20th year anniversary happening. Unfortunately, September the 11th of this year. So this is 2021. And if you don't know, our DHS department, which is the Department of Homeland Security, came out with a bulletin about 2 or 3 weeks ago saying that anybody who's opposed, well, they're calling them extremists, people who are against the vax, extremists who are against the COVID vax. They believe that there could be some type of insurrection regarding that. They have the September 11th, that 20th anniversary coming up. They have some other activities that they're looking at. They're known or not known. They're just preparing that something could be happening. So expect to hear about distractions. So that's what this is about. Mutual. So this is mutual with all the countries working together, and you're going to see stuff on television looming, big, especially in big cities. It looks like, but there's people, leaders are going to be all over the TV in September, probably starting mid-September, the second week in September, toward the end of the month, with all these major things, wars, talks of wars. We already got the Kabul stuff going on. They're going to say that they have credible threats that the Al-Qaeda is going to be striking out against America again, and alerts are going to go out to people to be more aware. And then they're going to have all these people who are supposed to have the vax, like the military and government workers, supposed to, in America at least, have their shots, mandatory shots, by, I think, starting, some of them are going to be by mid-September, and some are going to be in October, and I hear some deadlines are as late as October. So yes, there's going to be a lot of distractions happening. So just be aware that there are distractions, but that means for you to prepare because there's going to be more storms as well. The hurricane season is not over until November, so they can ramp up my opinion is that they could, based on these cards, is that they could ramp up more destruction. Look up, it's called cloud seeding and rain call technology. They can take storms and make them worse. So then we got this hurricane with that's coming in, and it's supposed to be hitting Louisiana tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of distractions going on. But all the while, this is an NWO card, New World Order card, if you see that, right? They're still putting everything into place for New World Order. See, now look, I want you to understand. I told you weeks ago that they want to implement AI. They want to implement artificial intelligence to do more of the work. They don't want to pay workers. They want to depopulate, and they know if they depopulate, then they can, when they depopulate, I should say, their whole intention was to bring in AI. The climate control, the climate issues, they knew about. They knew this was going to happen, but they were also working to be able to use and control the weather to, when this climate issue started popping up, they could enhance it. Let's say it didn't happen. Let's say, well, you know how the weather you know how the weather forecast is always going to be 20 inches of rain today, and we only get like none. It's sunny all day long. So the newscasters, the meteorologists are sometimes wrong. Well, they don't want to be wrong. They want to use the science and know that these sun cycles were going to come, and they're going to create havoc on the earth, right? But they also want to make it worse, because this 2030 agenda they have is definitely to make sure we understand and get us scared on that front, to get us scared on the front of the vaccine, which is all set to destroy. I think if we go back to this card here, it says, in any attack, so this card says, so let's go back to this card. It says, in any attack to control or destroy. You can see that. So, yes, in my opinion, based on what I'm reading, yes, there are going to be more control efforts to get people afraid. They want us to not work because they want to bring in the AI, right? And so if you have this thing about depopulation, so that you can have all the resources for yourself, because you know the sun cycle is going to take away a lot of those resources. I mean, naturally take away a lot of the resources. Then it's always the survival of the fittest, where they are the ones who are going to say, well, if it's going to happen, I'm going to survive, and I have the resources and the power to do it. And everybody else, so what? Okay, y'all had a chance. Everybody's each man for himself. But there's a lot of distractions that keep you from understanding that, keep you talking about this war, and talking about Meghan and Harry, and talking about this thing over here, and talking about who's sleeping with who, and who's wrong, and what party is better, and why we don't like this leader, and why this leader, he seems weak, and he seems fat, and he seems gay, or he seems this, and he seems that. It's like, you know what? You need to be taking care of yourself. This agenda is real. We don't know every single aspect of this agenda. We know enough, and they're telling you. We got to listen. Stop saying, no, they didn't mean that. I heard, there was a prepper I listened to, I'm not going to call his name out either, who was saying, I think they're writing all these bills for the governor to have all these extra powers to create these green areas where they can take people who are really sick. But I think it's only for people coming into the country. They want to make sure when they come into the country, if they're sick, they have a place to go, and we're going to keep them there until they get better, and then they're going to release them. So when y'all hear about all these internment camps or whatever, it's not for Americans. I'm like, dude, everything that's been going on, and that's what you really think, that those new extended rules for governors for emergency acts is for just people coming into the country or to your state? You better get a clue, because when I looked at the CARES Act, which is the one for COVID that was approved in 2020, March 2020, because they said that's when they declared this was a COVID issue. That bill was written in 2019, darling. And it was called something else, the same number, because you can tell because it had the same number, HR 6664. And they changed it in March to be called the CARES Act. But it was written and held in place as of March of 2019. And it changed the name to 2020, became the CARES Act. You don't do that. It was already pre-planned. And these things here, where they're extending our governor's rights for emergency or approval authority, that says that they can actually take sick people out of their home if they're sick and put them in a safe place or whatever. They can, if you're not able to make your own decision, if you're super contagious, they can take people and put them in these safe places until they're cured. They ain't for no aliens or people, immigrants. They're not for immigrants coming into this country or your country. This is for us. And you watch. My opinion, we shall see. Anyway, I did the reading for today. Great questions. I appreciate you all putting in. Some of you DM me, and some of you DM me, and some of you put it in the comments below. Continue to ask questions, and we can talk about it. Like again, start saving your money, getting you some coins, getting your food together, your medicine, start getting healthier, so you don't have to be so dependent. If you can, if it's something you can just correct by your diet, and getting exercise and more water, and meditating, and release your stress. This is not doomsday. This is planning and warning. God warned everybody. God warned Noah. He warned Moses. Jesus came to warn us. God is about saying, hey, things are going to happen, but if you prepare and you plan, you don't have to be stuck. You can be ahead of the game. But always pray. Pray for your fellow man. Pray that the things that they want to do does not succeed, and that we all would come out of this walking away prosperous, happy, and victory. Whether it's in God's victory or whether it's a spiritual victory or whatever. Because this is a spiritual battle we're fighting right now. We need to all be praying for it. And I want to tell you another thing. I've heard these rumors. I'm going to say this rumor. There was a church, and there was another, two other videos I was watching, that's different people who were saying that YouTube is now saying that you cannot pray for people through COVID on YouTube. You can say they can pray, but you can't pray for them. Isn't that something? We'll see as the days go along, because I'm going to tell you, the one world government is about one world government, one world military, one world church or religion. Okay? It's going to cover everything. Your new religion for this whole scheme is for you to worship AI. AI is going to be the eye in the sky, no longer God. It's going to be the thing that watches you, that's going to, everything about you can read your thoughts. It's like God is omnipresent. They're going to have AI omnipresent, so they can control the remaining people on this earth. My opinion again, hey, just keep doing your own research and you figure out yourself. But, you just stay attuned, keep abreast, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. And if you have any more questions, like I said, you can put them down below. If you want a reading with me, you can contact me at ascensionsoulcoaching@gmail.com, and we will walk through face to face any issues that you may have. You want to talk about your career, you want to talk about what's going to happen to your family, you want to talk about I don't tell you what to do. We talk about what the problem is, and you and I together can come up with a solution, or at least we can start about talk about brainstorm for solutions for yourself. But I can definitely do a reading on where you are and where you're heading based on the decisions you're making now. But anything that you want a decision on, you have to make that yourself. We're going to talk about that because I think people now are really stressed out, and they need someone who can talk to them. And people like me who see what's happening. I mean, truly can see what is happening. We just read. I mean, we don't even have to guess. You know what's happening in your world. You know what's happening in your country. It ain't right, okay? But you can also read the literature your own government's putting out there. And you tell me what they're putting out there is open and honest as they can tell you what's about to happen. As they tell you what's about to happen. And we can gloss it over we want. We can put our rose-colored glasses on it, which they want us to do. They pretty much want to say, we're telling you, but we don't expect you to read it. We're telling you, but we're going to make it evasive enough so you can have a little bit of doubt that it's negative or not, or it's against you or about somebody else. It's about you. It's about me. It's about all the citizens. You are all, in my opinion, on the path to peril if we do not do something about it. And that means saying, no, I do not consent. It's my body. And be willing to stand up for what you believe in and not capitulate or waver on this, because if we do, we're heading in that direction and it's not going to change. And we've got a lot of people already saying, yes, you're just a conspiracy theorist. You're just a this. I was like, no, I ain't a conspiracy theorist. I know I'd rather have my own life back prior to 2019, living my life the way I was before. I wouldn't want to be living we're going through right now. That is not my intention. That is not what I want. I want my life back to 2019. You tell me, is your life the same, and your feelings and your thoughts and your situation the same as it was in 2019? No. None of you. Not even the ones who are doing very well right now. You know you have other things in your mind. You know there's things going on. You see people suffering. It's not just from COVID. Right? Because the other thing is, with AI and these mandates they got about your job, where if you don't take the vax, that you lose you can't get a new job, or you can't work your job. They want you to quit. They want you to quit. That's easy. Because they're going to just they're going to feel that job. They're going to put their AI in. So people get sick, people who die, people who just decide not to take the vaccine, all of us, eventually going to lose our jobs. And they're going to replace them with AI, robots, systems, controls, and they're never going back to putting a lot of people to work. You're going to get UBI, Universal Basic Income, until you die. And if you don't have a job, guess what? You don't have anywhere to live. You have to depend on the government. You have no way to get food. You have no way to get health insurance. You're going to be dependent on the government. And to get the benefits of the government, guess what? You're going to have to take the vax. And if you take the vax, you're going to get sick eventually. Most people, not all. And again, I say this is my humble opinion. You all please do your own research. And I don't want YouTube coming and saying, I'm telling y'all what to do, and I'm passing out false information. I'm passing out my opinion, and I'm telling you all, I'm asking y'all, pleading with you all to do your own homework, real true homework about what's happening. That's what I'm asking you to do. Your homework while you packing up your food, your medicine, your money. Start a garden. Get you some get you some non-GMO organic or heirloom seeds, and start your little garden in your backyard, and some of it in your house, because who knows, when food gets low, people are going to start trying to steal. So go and you can find a little area in your house, and you start growing some hardy plants. Get you some grow lights so you can grow in the winter. Get you some water. Get your rain containment catchment system where you can catch rain off your house, off your fence, off your shed, into rain barrels. Get your filters where you can filter the water out. Right? Get you some water, bottled water, sink water. Put it away. Put a little bit of bleach in it. What is it, like a teaspoon of bleach? Go online and read on what you need to do to filter the water and keep it clean. I'm not an expert in that, but I can tell you can go online and you can figure out anything you want and do it now. What you find, print out or write out and keep in a little binder. So in case the system goes down, you have access to those things. Get you some recipes that you can cook with some of the food that you're growing in your gardens. Basic living food. Get you some supplements that you believe can help with your whatever medical issue or your immune system or whatever you're going through, or your mental health, something that can help or at least accentuate some of the medicine you have. You can talk to your own doctor about that. But we have to think on things on a different level. This world is changing. It has changed. It has changed. And so we're going to keep this light. We're going to keep it lifted, because we're not going to worry about what they're trying to do as far as just keeping ahead of them. We're going to live our life the way we want to. So we're self-sufficient and dependent on God. Do it for yourself. Do it for your friends. Do it for your family. Because we can do this. We can do this. As long as we get our heads out of the sand, continue to talk to your family and tell them what to help them prepare, help them see. And if, at the end of the day, if none of this stuff happens, and it reverts back to 2019 living again. You have food and money and medicines. You've learned new ways to do things on your own. Maybe you can reduce your costs. You go solar on some of your so you use electrical and everything. You just get portable solar systems or rooftop. I wouldn't do a rooftop solar because I don't know if things do go bad, they can destroy that right from the top, right? Or storm can destroy it. So I would rather have portable solar if you can, or those batteries, whatever, that you can tie your solar systems to. But I'm telling you a lot, and I'm throwing a lot at you at one moment because I'm trying to crank. So much is going on, and they're hitting us from different sides. So many different sides, so many different angles. So I'm just throwing out everything now, and I'm going to keep pressing this each time I come on, that this is the things you have to do. And if you decide to walk away from your job, know that God is going to prepare you. Pray for that. You pray for that. You pray. You ask God for guidance on that one. Right? And then if you do walk away, that you have some other side gig or other thing you can do, or something you can maybe start a business on online, or helping people in the community or something like that, until you can't do it anymore. So you continue to have your income, because the money's going to change. They're going to make it a digital currency, and they're going to track everything you do. And so it's going to be, if this plan comes to fruition, so much of your life is going to be under control, and so hopefully it doesn't. But if it does, you need to be prepared. And I know I'm not the only one telling you this. So anyway, y'all have a blessed day. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow if I'm home. We're out here again working on our trailer. Our little home hasn't come yet. We're still waiting for it. They gave us, September is supposed to be on the production line. And so sometime by the end of September, early October, it should be here. So we're still working on the small trailer, fixing up the yard and all that, trying to design what we want, and then definitely be prepared for when the tiny home gets here. And when it does, I'm going to let you all see, because I'm going to be so happy. So anyway, like I said before, if you want to reach out to me, you know my number, you know my email is at Ascension Soul Coaching at gmail.com. Be ready and willing to wait for you to contact me, so we can get onto this road of helping you. And not only help you, but help your family. Calm your nerves. Be your moral rock. Or be one of the people behind you as your moral rock. Because I know you got people in your family and friends who definitely support you. So I want to be another one of those people that's on your team. So anyway, you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Blessings. Bye-bye.